So approaching the boxing ring is TRINIDADE of Brazil, heading for the red corner.
It's time to greet the boxer fighting out of the blue corner from Turkey. Please welcome Muhammet.
His opponent is Muhammet SACLI. He'll be boxing out of the blue corner. So Mr. Yermek Suyinesh of Kazakhstan sends both boxers back to their respective corners. And we are underway. Action from the 54-kilogram bantamweight division. We're in the second preliminary round, the round of 16. This one between boxers from Brazil and Turkey. The man wearing red is TRINIDADE, just 20 years of age. In his second contest of Belgrade 2021. The boxer wearing blue, operating out of the southpaw stance, who's just driven a hard left hand into the body, is Muhammet SACLI, 19 years of age, and he takes a hard right hand to the body and another one. And did you see how after the first one landed, the left elbow of SACLI just got clamped to his torso? There you see TRINIDADE, left hook landed by him. Terrific punches being exchanged, and I have to tell you, don't blink with this one, because both of these men scored inside the distance victories in their preliminary round contest in the round of 62. Heavy hitters indeed. It was a second round stoppage for TRINIDADE over Nelson Guerrero of Nicaragua, stopping his man at the 2-minute 10 mark of round number 2. It was something of an open target, but SACLI got his man out of there inside a round at the 2-minute mark, and you can see how both men landing hard shots to the head of their opponents. Chins being checked in the first half of this opening round. My goodness. It was Hassan Shafi of the Kenyan hit squad who was knocked out in the opening round. At the 2-minute mark, the 2019 All-Africa Games silver medalist not able to make it out of the first round, as TRINIDADE scored with a good right hand a few moments ago. You can see he's got that right hand locked and ready to unload. SACLI back towards the ropes. TRINIDADE looking to bomb away while he's in that confined position. Right hook is a scoring shot from SACLI. .30 seconds to go in this opening round. Oh, that's a solid right hook landed by SACLI. It may have been something of a slap, which is why it didn't have the effect the sound suggested it might have. Because I'm ringside here at the Stark Arena, but I'm sure that they would have heard that up in the cheap seats. Not that there's a bad seat in the house, I hasten to add. Beautiful left hand straight down the pipe from SACLI. Terrific sight lines from all over the venue here at the Stark Arena. But that slapping right hook landed with an almighty thud. So first round in the book, my goodness, these two hard punches really setting out their stall in the opening round, and it's SACLI who has taken the first 3 minutes on a 4-1 split. So some of the action from the opening round, both boxers really going after their opponent with serious intentions. Not the most accurate, but you can see the leverage that they're getting on every shot. Not really looking to set much up with the nicety of a jab. Hooks, uppercuts. And that's an example of the ferocious trade-offs we witnessed during the first round, right up until the bell to end it. Into the second round then. Trinidade, part of a 10-man Brazilian boxing team representing the South American nation. Turkey have a boxer in each of the 13 weight classes here at the 21st edition of the World Championships in Belgrade. You can see from those markings on his shoulder. Nice defense with the right glove from Trinidade, and his left shoulder as well. That's a lead left hook. That's a hard shot from the man in red. Quickened his feet to try and close the gap on his man. SACLI may just be allowing his head to clear because he's just backing off here towards Trinidade's corner. But those circular marks on his rear delts and around his scapula suggest that some cupping has been performed on Trinidade. Practice which is favored by a lot of athletes, which they feel helps the recuperation and healing process. Right hand is a scoring shot without reply from Trinidade. SACLI's accuracy just decreasing through this portion of the round, and his chin is checked by a cracking right cross once again. He's swinging wildly, comes back with a southpaw right hook of his own. Fighting his way out of trouble when he was hurt. My goodness, SACLI's back to the wall literally, and he was swinging for the fences, deciding that offense is the best form of defense because he was touched by a hard punch. And the man, well, he didn't quite close his eyes, but it wasn't far from it, swinging away ferociously. And the belt line is going to require some adjustment from the Brazilian coach. And just beyond the midpoint, both boxers may welcome this brief interlude because some hard punches were delivered. Some of them landed, particularly from Trinidade during the previous half minute. Back on the resumption, left hand is inaccurate from Trinidade. He comes back with a right hook. Excuse me, from SACLI, comes back with a right hook. But look at that, he's swinging so wide now. Roundhouse punches are presenting an easy avenue of access for Trinidade to shoot straight shots down the middle. SACLI becoming a little bit ragged, the 19-year-old from Istanbul. Look at the circuitous route his punches are taking, and they're not anywhere near finding the target. Look at that big swing and a miss once again, and Trinidade scores with a direct straight right jab. Left hand is a successful shot for Trinidade after SACLI missed, and again he takes another thunderbolt of a right hook, and he's issued with a standing count. Referee intervening immediately to give SACLI some respite. Trinidade back as an orthodox boxer after he turned southpaw just before what proved to be an 8 count. Right uppercut on the inside is a successful shot for Trinidade. Been a big round for him because SACLI's accuracy has decreased considerably. Good right hand driven into the body by the Brazilian boxer, and SACLI is putting so much effort into this swings. Swinging and missing, any boxer will tell you, is a fatiguing exercise. Not landing with the majority of punches that he threw. And for my money, he's conceded that second round. Lost the first round on a 4-1 split. But this man issuing a standing count, but look at what it's taken out of himself. A clean sweep of the cards in favor of Mikael Trinidade at the conclusion of the second round. It's all square for Judge 3, the judge from Poland, after that observer scored the first in favor of SACLI. But SACLI outboxed, outscored in the second round, where his accuracy really did dip considerably. And that's because he was being scored upon. Hard punches driven into body and head. And he just threw caution to the wind, did SACLI, but it wasn't with any accuracy behind his work. Well, it's a terrific atmosphere here at the Stark Arena. And even though Mikael Trinidade, man who's yet to claim a Brazilian national title, was 5th, the 20-year-old, in the championships last year. But even though Trinidade swept the second round unanimously as he scores with the right hand to the body and then the head, well, you saw in the corner as he scores with a correct right cross once again, and SACLI continues to fall short of the target, and he really is loading up on these swings. That is such an energy-depleting exercise. There he takes a left hand from Trinidade, who's keeping his shape nicely, creeping forward, scores with a left jab, looking for the right hand, but it was off the mark, and he's touched by a left hook to the body from SACLI. SACLI initiating a clinch there just to allow his energy levels to recover. Again, no accuracy from the work of SACLI through this first minute of the second round. Hard right hand driven into the body, and you can see the amount of energy he has expended looking for the home run shot. Because when he comes back with the committed shots, there he lands a left hand to the body. Slapping left hand once again, but it was forceful nonetheless. But you see, he's so committed to his attacks that when they land or otherwise, he gets inside and he's got to hold on just to allow his energy levels to rise. So he really is putting everything into a two-shot burst at best. And you can see he's feeling the pace, the man from Turkey. So too Trinidade, but he's lasting the pace better. He's got to avoid walking on to one of these haymakers that are being swung in roundhouse fashion, but they're coming via second-class delivery here, and they're easy for Trinidade to read and therefore evade. Man struggling to retain his boxing stance, takes a hard right cross. Referee perfectly positioned to look into the eyes of SACLI and ascertain whether he needs another standing count. Beautiful right cross straight down the middle from Trinidade. Big swing and a miss. See SACLI spin himself, almost pirouette himself through the canvas. And then he was countered as he regained his boxing stance. But you can see he can hardly maintain his boxing stance, draping all over his man like a cape as he takes another right hand from Trinidade. Hard-fought physical contest, this one. But SACLI has been outboxed, and now he needs his lottery number to come in and land one of these haymakers. Got through with a left hand there. He did get through with a right hook, and he's swinging with ferocity, but he's being picked off by correct straight punches. Terrific work from Mikael Trinidade. Well, SACLI did well for my money to make it through to the final bell, given how fatigued he was in that third and final round. But Trinidade kept his cool under fire, evaded the majority of the shots that were swung with desperation from Muhammet SACLI during the course of that third and final round. He kept his cool, he delivered his punches correctly and was able to pile up the points, and the shots had some pop on them as well. Let's get the announcement. Should be Trinidade going through. And there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for Mikael Trinidade, the 20-year-old from Paris State. Sinks to his knees in celebration at having claimed a 5-0 unanimous points decision victory over Muhammet SACLI. Well, I think SACLI, giving him the benefit of the doubt, is acknowledging the support that he's receiving from a vocal Turkish contingent of support here, but there's no doubt that Trinidade deserved to have his hand raised as the victor. He was the more correct puncher, he was the more accurate boxer, and SACLI, the deeper we got into the contest, the seemingly more desperate he became. But from the midpoint of the second round, when he was hit and seemingly hurt by some hard punch picking from Trinidade, his attacks became more desperate, and the more desperate it became, the less accurate they were. And in between the gap of his roundhouse shots, it was Trinidade who was able to pile up the points and drain the energy levels of SACLI. Trinidade goes through to the quarterfinal stage of the men's 54-kilogram bantamweight tournament.